right, so what I love about this car, besides the manual, sorry I got the air conditioning blasting, it's so hot, is that it is rear drive. All these cars now are so electronic, and having the base motor here in the 911 with the smaller turbos, it feels a lot more naturally aspirated than, say, a GTS with the bigger turbos. They're all the same, flat 6.3 liter. The difference between base S and GTS are essentially the size of the turbo, but more importantly, cooling. But I think this base car just hits the sweet spot with its manual transmission and rear drive. There's still, you know, a PDK 991.2 is probably in the 70s. A stick one in a color like this is probably about 90. And I think it's a lot of car for the money, because the average person never heard of a GT3 or a Turbo S. So it's still a 911 to them, and but just as much fun to drive. So the other cars are more powerful. I don't know if they're more fun to drive, because you got to spend a lot more money. And I just feel, and I take one if you gave it to me, like the Turbo and Turbo S, it feels like all the electronics are driving you and all the power, really you're just at the point of steering. Now the GT3 would be phenomenal, way better than this, but it's about 3 times the cost. You're probably looking at 190, 200, or maybe just over 200 for a manual 901.2 GT3 in a cool color. A PDK in an average color is probably still 180. So you're still looking at double the price. Is it double the fun? It's definitely more fun, 100%, but I think this is more usable. You can take this to the school pickup line. You could fit maybe small kids in the back. It's comfortable enough for a date night where a GT3 wouldn't be. You have the ground clearance to drive it on real roads. So there's a million things that I think this car has going for it that makes it worth every penny. It's reliable. It's not that expensive to service. I mean, it's expensive compared to, you know, a Camry or a Honda or even my NSX, but there are a lot of independent mechanics where you could get an oil change. You could do it yourself, or you could get an oil change for $120 instead of $500 or $600 at the dealer. And that's why I love this car. So I highly recommend, any 911. I'd like to get a 997 at some point in manual. I had the 993 Turbo, I had a 996 C4S, so I love the 911s. And if you're looking for an alternative, if you want a convertible, I would get a Boxster off a 911 convertible. I just think the Boxsters being 2 doors instead of having the, 2 seats instead of the 4 seats, I think it's just better convertible. There's less wind noise. That car is kind of like a point and shoot car where it's very darty in a good way and good handling. I don't think the 911 convertibles handle as well as the 911 coupes. And if you want a coupe, a Cayman is a great bet, because you can get a nice Cayman in the $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 range. Probably the best Cayman in the world for like $60,000, and that's a lot of car for the money. All right, guys. Lost my camera there. All right, guys. I'm going to end the video here. Remember, like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you next time.